Hey, so today we're gonna be reacting to Matt Walsh, explaining how he met his wife. Um, I guess he said he met his wife through online dating, but I'm not sure. I haven't watched it yet, but I kind of heard a little bit of it. But yeah, let's hear him talk about how he met his wife. I think they've been married maybe 10 years now, and we never know. We can learn something from them. Let's get to it.
Managing your relationship. How did you meet your wife?
So I met my wife on eHarmony, actually. Yeah. She doesn't like me admitting that
What year
publicly.
was this?
2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
I feel
attracted you
like
to
you would
her?
be
You were the
against
yeah.
dating apps, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Oh, really? Matt Walsh met his wife on eHarmony. How do you know that? He said he's not against dating apps, but dating apps, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna find anything good on those apps, man. I feel like everybody's just looking for, easy one night stands, sex, or whatever it is. So I don't think you're gonna meet your match on a dating app. But this, let's see how it goes.
I'm not against it. Well, first of all, back then, a dating site is probably different from what a dating app is
Yeah.
now.
Okay, he clarifies. Back then, I guess the dating apps were more strict, more. They didn't really allow more people to just be on there for certain reasons. And I think it was smaller back then too. It wasn't as, you know, cluttered with mess. So I think that's why he probably was on there too. I think it's way different than 15 years ago. The dating apps now, there's nothing on there. Nothing.
And these were dating sites that were designed for like, okay, I'm interested in someone. I want to meet someone who's a more
Sure.
serious person and looking for an actual relationship
eHarmony had
potentially.
that reputation of being more like marriage focused. Like you're there to find somebody
Yeah,
versus I think Tinder is like I'll find somebody tonight.
right. And I don't think Tinder existed back then. I'm pretty
No.
sure. Dating apps in general, I don't think those were still in the future at the time. So I think, yeah, if you're on one of these hookup apps where this is what people use it for to hook up, then yeah, you're not going to have success probably finding someone who's serious about having a relationship.
Yeah, that's right. If you're not looking for a serious relationship, you're not gonna find one. And I would say if a woman is on a dating app, she's pretty desperate because women have it pretty easy. Most men is gonna come up to you and talk to you, even if it's one or two a day. That's still a lot. That's still a good amount of people you can pick from. That's one or two. That's 14 a week of men. 14 men a week. If you can't pick one, that the problem is kind of you, or it's the people you're attracting. So you might want to attract good people near you, or it's kind of the way you're presenting yourself in public. If you're coming out the house naked, you got these leggings on that's just too crazy. It's not even normal. It's only a, you know what I mean? If your cleavage is out, if you dress a certain way, if you talk a certain way, this kind of stuff allows those type of men that you don't want in your life, quote unquote, you don't want, but you kind of want them anyways because you dress like that. These are the men you don't want in your life, but this men you attracted because it's the way you dress. So if you stop dressing like that, you attract better men.
But it is true that just even I know from my own experience that towards the beginning of the 2010s, it already started to feel like if you want to actually meet someone, how else do you do it? It's a lot of the normal communal spaces don't exist anymore, or it's not what it used to be.
So how many dates did you go on with other people before you went on that first date with your now wife?
My memory is that she was the first one I met on the site. I don't know.
That's crazy. One and done. One and done. He met his wife on there and then it's over. So yeah, that's crazy. Um, I don't think it's like that now. Again, most people on there are not looking for a wife. They're looking to have fun. Especially if they're not Christian. They're not looking for anything serious. Maybe they'll have fun for a little bit and like, okay, I kind of like this girl a little bit. Let's see how what goes on. I might like her. Let's see if we actually date, and then you'll start dating. And at that point, you started off on the wrong foot because you already had sex. You're not supposed to have sex, right? If you're a Christian, you're not supposed to have sex. You're supposed to wait until you guys get married, and then you can have sex, and then maybe your marriage will last. But if you start off on the wrong foot, it's probably not going to last.
We talked on the phone for several weeks, and then before we went on our first date, and I proposed to her 6 months later.
What drew you to her profile initially? Do you remember what the first message was? I take it you messaged her first.
Now we get in trouble. I don't remember all these details as well as I should. I think, yeah, that's probably correct. I don't remember what the exact first messages were. I wish I did, but
But what was it about her profile that you saw? Was it a picture first? Was it something she wrote that you really liked, or was it just like, here's our best recommendation? This is who we think that you might get along
well, I
with.
mean, she's beautiful. So that as a, in reality, that's going to be the first thing you notice. So that is the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
But it also was clear to me that she's just a serious person. No, I say serious. I don't mean like she can't laugh. She's she's also very, joyful. But just she's looking for. She's not an overgrown child. Like she's an adult. But you can't. I don't think you can tell a lot based on a profile. Anyway, you have to actually talk to someone. And then we went on our first date, and I kind of knew 2 hours into the conversation that I wanted to marry her. I don't.
2 hours into the conversation.
Yeah.
Was there something specific?
That's crazy. 2 hours into the conversation, you already knew you wanted to marry her. That's a good sign, I guess, right? So yeah.
That she said that you were just like, yep.
We related on our like our fundamental values kind of aligned, and I thought she had a very warm, affectionate personality, beautiful woman. I could talk to her about, we talked about interesting things. It wasn't, we had the small talk, like had to get past that, but we were talking about whatever, politics and religion and all the things they tell you you're not supposed to talk about on the first date. We talked about all that.
Other things I was supposed to talk about on the first date, but that's the thing you really need to talk about and get out the way if you really want to know this person. You want to know if she's a Democrat or not, bro. Hey. If you're Democrat, no offense, but you want to know if she's a Democrat or not. Is she Republican? Does she actually know God? Is she actually waiting for a spouse? Is she actually waiting to find a spouse before she gets in the bed?
That stuff. And so it's like, yeah, of course I want to marry her. What else am I like? Am I gonna wait for some? This is it. This is what you want, right? Which is what I'm always like preaching to young men. That I'm not saying that I didn't propose to her on the spot. I waited 6 months, but you have to know what you're looking for. And then once you've found that person, it's like, okay, you found them. You win.
Yeah.
You won that part of the game.
But how did you know what you were looking for? Did you date prior to then, and you're like, I don't like this, I don't like this, and then when you met your wife, you're like, this fits what I'm looking for.
I dated. I mean, I met her when I was 24, so of course I dated before that. And I didn't have any experience that was like, oh man, that's the worst thing ever. I mean, there was plenty of nice people. It just we didn't. Really, what it was is it's that our fundamental like principles and values aligning. I never quite had that to the extent that I did with my wife. And they say the whole thing about opposites attract, and I think that's true. And my wife is like very much the opposite of me in a lot of ways, but that's all personality-wise, and that's fine. That's good. I think you want that. But your values, like the things you want in life, the things that motivate you, I think those have to line up. And if they don't, maybe you can make it work, but that's a huge hurdle you got to get over early in the relationship, and it's never going to go away if you don't have that fundamental alignment the way that we did.
It just seems like if that is arguably the most important decision that you're going to make in your entire life is who you're spending the rest of your life with, don't you think that a longer period of time getting to know them, also making sure that you have all of these stats and data points of what you really...
That's not going to really matter when you're trying to find a spouse. The thing is, when you find a woman, you just got to pray to God that, hey, God, let me know if it's the right person or not. If it's not, please don't allow me to waste her time or my time. That's what I kind of did, and the person in my life went away. And we weren't right because I wasn't ready to be that type of man at that point in my life. So, yeah.
really do like and what you don't like, even years of experiencing that, plenty of options, plenty of choices, then picking the winning contender would be the, I don't know, like let's say data-driven, most effective decision.
No, because I don't think it is a data-driven. This is why I don't like when people use the word partner to talk about their spouses.
It's not data driven, it's faith. It's faith. When you find that person, it's just faith, nothing else. Faith. Because you don't know this person. You just married 6 months. You don't know her. You don't even know if you're gonna last for a year. So it's faith. So that's why you want to find a person that's really strong in her faith with God. And you could tell when a person is faking. I could tell. I don't know if about you, that's my personality. I could tell when someone's kind of faking a little bit, especially in a woman. If she's actually, some people are just Christian atheists, right? Tony Gaston says that Christian atheists. If you're a Christian atheist, you could kind of tell because after church, you're back to the worldly things, your friends, your people, the way you talk, the way you address it, people, right? Things you listen to. That this are all clear signs that the person is not really a Christian or is trying to be but not perfect or is just there because it's the culture.
Because it sounds like a business. That's what you say about your business associate, your partner. And I don't say that about my wife.
Yeah, I don't know why people say partner, business relationship. That makes no sense. This is the love of your life. This is the woman that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. This is the woman you're gonna grow and build and strengthen your faith in Jesus, in God. All right? You're gonna strengthen your faith with this woman. She's gonna pray for you. You're gonna pray for her. When you're going through stuff, she's praying for you. You don't even know it. You're not even awake and she's praying for you, right? Those are the things that matter.
She's not my business partner. This wasn't a business merger. These are two human beings who have come together in what I believe to be a sacred sacrament. Your souls are becoming intertwined in a real, true, and mystical way, I think, in the sacrament of marriage. And so it's something that is it's so far beyond a business merger. I don't like to think of it that way. And it's also, this is why I don't think people say, well, you got to move in together and so you can figure out all the different quirks the person has.
Um, I actually posted this, actually commented this in Travis Hunter's Instagram, cause I think he's living with his girl. I don't know why he's doing that. He bought a Tesla and all that stuff. I mean, he's having money. He's getting money, right? He plays for Colorado, right? And he has a YouTube channel and stuff like that, so he's making some money. But I'm like, man, you don't know this girl like that. Maybe you met her like in high school or whatever, but you don't know this girl. You shouldn't be living with a girl. This is the thing I tell women. I'm like, if you really want to know if a guy really likes you, stop having sex with him. Stop having sex with him and then monitor him and see if he's gonna cheat, if he's gonna act different, he's gonna treat you in a different way. That's when you know if a man really likes you or not. Stop opening your legs to him and see if that man stays with you. If he's not cheating, he's gonna put hands on you, he's gonna do whatever, he's gonna talk bad about you, he's gonna insult you. Do that and then see if the man actually likes you. If he's still there, hasn't done nothing bad, he still treats you the same. It's gonna be a little hump, like it's gonna be a little hump the first month too, because you have been doing this for a long time now. And when you take something out, it's kind of like I miss it. But once you stop that and then you see if they actually like you, then maybe yeah, you can probably make it work. But if the person, I say 9 or 10 times, the relationship don't last after that. Once couples have been having sex out of wedlock, out of marriage, right, and they try to go back into not having sex, most of the time it doesn't work because you already broken the covenant. You already messed up. Technically, you already messed up. You're not supposed to have sex because now you guys have soul tie, and that's not what you want. So I tell these men, man, stop having sex. Wait until marriage. Wait until marriage. Wait until you find your spouse, because that's probably the best sex you're gonna have if you're married, right? Let's get into it.
Why? Like, yes, they're going to have quirks. They're going to do stuff that annoys you. You're going to have pet peeves. It's like, so you don't need to move in to find that out about somebody. I can tell you right now, you'll have all that. And if you're going to allow that to be a deal breaker, well, then you'll just be alone forever. You'll never marry anybody. What matters is the fundamental alignment. Like, do your values align? Are you attracted to each other? That, of course, really matters. And if you have both of those things, that's what you need. And the other thing is that once you get married, it's not like it doesn't matter how long you date. once the marriage happens, it's sort of like you're starting at square one anyway. You still have to have your first day of marriage, no matter
Yeah,
what.
I'm going to end it right here and just summarize a little bit. I'm not married. I'm preparing myself for marriage, right? I'm still a long way from it. I'm not in a rush. I'm building, right? Building for my spouse. You get me? So I'm just gonna end it here. Great video. It's a full podcast. It's on the iced coffee hour. It already has 900,000 subscribers. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, the full episode is on here. You guys go check it out. The iced coffee hour. Peace.